Good morning, loves. Welcome to Health, my friend. Welcome back if you are a regular. Welcome if you're new. So, on this podcast, I talk about all of the things regarding to health, making yourself a priority, having a good relationship with yourself, loving your body, having good self image, good body image, building a good, healthy relationship with food, having a healthy relationship with exercise, having a healthy relationship with yourself and food and exercise are three of the main things when it comes to health. Like, if you do not have a good relationship with yourself, you're never going to love yourself or feel successful or accomplished or proud of the progress that you're making in your health. Um, and if you don't love yourself, I would also argue that um, it's hard to make yourself a priority. It's hard to make your health a priority if you're not loving yourself and wanting to take care of yourself and wanting to feel your best. So um, I'm glad that you're here. I'm very glad that you're here. I hope that you get something out of this. If you ever have any takeaways or anything that sticks out to you or anything that you maybe need more help with from these podcasts, please reach out to me. My contact info is always in the session notes. So please reach out. I am here for you. I am here to support you in your health journey. And it really is just my greatest passion. I absolutely love what I do. I love being a coach. I love helping people learn to love themselves and learn to have a healthy relationship with health. Um, and if you haven't been with me for a while, this all started because I really struggled with eating disorders and no confidence and bad self body image when I was younger. Um, for a really long time, I struggled, and I'm not thankful for the struggle. Um, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. However, I am thankful that it has given me the passion and the knowledge and the relatability for my clients and for the people that I help. Now that I'm at a really healthy place, I absolutely love to help other people get to that healthy place as well, because I know what it's like to be in that hard, struggling place. And I understand what it's like to feel alone. And I know that it can be so much more beautiful and more joyful, and life can be so much better and so much more peaceful when you get to a healthier place. And so that's really my heart behind the coaching that I do, this podcast, all of the work that I do. So thank you for being here. All right, so today we are going to talk about food and your relationship with food. I just got off of a coaching call with my group of clients, and I asked them to start off like, what is one thing that you're proud of yourself for when it comes to food, either this week or this past weekend? Um, and I want you to think about that a little today. So, if you struggle with food or with your relationship with food or your relationship with health, I want you to think about one thing that you're proud of yourself for when it comes to food. Or maybe it's not food that you struggle with. Maybe it's exercise, or maybe it's making yourself a priority. So thinking through what is one thing that you're proud of yourself for in whatever area this week. I think that it's really, really important to count the wins and to look for the things that you're proud of yourself for. I think that a lot of us oftentimes are very hard on ourselves and always see the bad and always see the negative and always see the things that we're messing up in instead of finding the good and finding the things that we're proud of. So find those things that you're proud of yourself for. Okay, so when it comes to food, it can be really tricky. Food is a hard thing for a lot of people. And unfortunately, a lot of the struggle around food stems from what we see in society, what we see in culture, what we see in magazines, what we see on TV, what we see on social media, what was taught to us growing up, all of those things, right? Like a lot of the times, our unhealthy views around food, our unhealthy views and patterns around health come from these things that we've seen advertised to us. So, for example, eat these 5 foods and you'll lose 10 pounds, or stay away from these 10 foods and you'll get the body you've always wanted. First of all, when you see these things, if this is something that you struggle with, I want you to remember that social media and any form of media is it's not realistic. So a lot of times when people are advertising something or portraying something, they're only showing what they want to show. So, for example, if you're seeing a program that's supposed to help you lose 10 pounds in 5 weeks or whatever, and you're seeing pictures of people who have gone through the program and they're great, like, first of all, those pictures probably are edited, and they're only showing you the pictures that they want to show you. They're not showing you the people who did the program and didn't lose 10 pounds. They're not showing you the people that don't look as great as they wanted them to. So just remembering that people show what they want to show when it comes to social media and when it comes to advertising. And a lot of the times, things aren't quite the way that they seem. And another thing to keep in mind when you see things like this, maybe, you're seeing those things that say, like, eat these 5 foods and you'll, drop 5 pounds in a week or whatever it may be. Remember that, okay, like maybe that worked once for one person, but that does not mean that it is going to work for every single person, or that it's going to work for me, or that it's the healthy way to lose those 5 pounds that I want to lose, or that it's what I should do. So just remembering, like, when you see those things, it doesn't mean that it's actually accurate and that it actually works for everyone and that it's going to work for you. And honestly, I would encourage you to stay away from those things, because a lot of times they are very unhealthy. One, it's an unhealthy view around food, but two, it's unhealthy for your body. Losing weight too quickly can be really unhealthy for your body, and cutting out certain foods or certain nutrients can be unhealthy for your body. But also, a lot of times, it's not a sustainable health habit. It's not something that's going to stick with you. So, when it comes to losing weight or feeling healthy or reaching whatever your health goal is, you want to do it in a way that is going to be sustainable and that's going to last. So you want to build up small, consistent, healthy habits that are going to help you slowly make progress over time. Those quick fixes, those quick gimmicks, those quick weight loss plans, they're not healthy. They're not healthy for your body. They're not healthy for your mindset, and they're not healthy in the long run because they're not lasting. And a lot of times when people do these things, they maybe lose 5 or 10 pounds, but then they gain all the weight back, or they gain more weight back. And then it turns into this negative cycle of losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, or restricting, and then binge eating the food that you're restricting over and over and over again. And a lot of times, what happens with this is that we feel guilty, or we feel ashamed, or we feel hate, or we're mad at ourselves because we didn't do it right, or we ate the wrong things, or we messed up, or we didn't work out enough, or whatever it may be. And really, it's not that. It's just that we've fallen into an unhealthy cycle of patterns, an unhealthy cycle of what's supposed to be healthy for our body that has turned into unhealthy because it's not lasting, it's not sustainable, it's not something that is going to help us slowly make progress. Everyone wants a quick fix. Everyone wants to get to that goal weight or get to that goal look or feel their healthiest, just like that, like so fast. And I mean, I wish it worked that way. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. But when you try to make it work that way, that is when it becomes unhealthy. That is when it becomes unhealthy for your body. And that is when you get into disordered eating and unhealthy views around food. So, when it comes to this, one thing that I want you to think about is what are your health goals? What are your health goals? Because I think that a lot of times we aren't very clear on what our health goals might be. And so I want you to think about, like, when it comes down to it, what is your health goal? So for me, my health goals are I want to have energy, I want to feel strong, I want to be able to do the things I love and have the energy and the strength to do the things I love and to enjoy my life. And I want to feel good physically and mentally. I want to feel, my healthiest. So that means like brain clarity, being able to think clearly. That means like not having stomach issues, having good skin, having peace with my life, being able to stay present, slowing down and enjoying my life, getting good sleep, listening to my body and giving it what it wants and what it needs, enjoying my movement and food. Light bulb, right? Like you are allowed to enjoy your movement and to enjoy your food. Health goals are not supposed to lock you into this rigorous, unhealthy, miserable routine. Your health goals are supposed to allow you to be a little more intentional and focus a little more on balance and start those small, sustainable changes. That is what your health goals should be pushing you towards, should be guiding you to. So really defining like what is your health goal? What are your health goals? What would be the end result or you would feel like you were making progress if you got to this place? What is that for you? And then after you determine what your health goals are, I want you to think like, is what you're doing going to help you get there? Are these quick fixes or these fad diets or these, intense programs that you're following, are they really going to be sustainable in helping you make the progress that you want to make? And if you're struggling with this, like I want you to think about your health goals and I want you to think about, are they realistic? Are they realistic and are they healthy? So for example, do you have a health goal of where you want to lose maybe 30 pounds in a month? Might not be a good health goal, might not be a healthy or realistic health goal. Not many people lose 30 pounds in a month. Not many people's bodies are healthy if they lose 30 pounds in a month. So thinking through those health goals, thinking through those timelines that you have in your head, thinking through those expectations and really asking yourself like, okay, one, is this healthy for my mind and my body? And two, is this realistic? Is it doable? Is it doable without tapping into that unhealthy side of restriction and over exercising and only focusing on your workouts and your food, not having time to enjoy your life and to enjoy the things that you love? Water break. So checking in with yourself, checking in with those health goals. Like a lot of times most times we can't make progress on something. We can't heal from something. We can't get to where we want to be if we don't know where we're starting from, if we don't know where we're at. So if you don't know what you're struggling with or where you're at or what your health goals are, it's going to be a really hard thing for you to make progress on your health goals or heal from that disordered eating or build a healthy relationship with food because you don't know where you're starting. You don't know where you want to go. And so checking in with yourself, getting really clear on what you want, making sure that they're realistic and healthy. And then after that, I want you to think about, like, why do you feel like you have to either cut out certain foods or exercise 2 hours 6 times a week, or whatever it is that you have in your mind that you have to do in order to reach your health goals? I want you to ask yourself, why? Why do you feel like you have to do that? Is it because you've been told that you have to? Is it because you're following a specific diet or a specific plan? Is it because you're trying to accomplish something in a quick manner? Is it because you want to feel better? And I think that probably most of you know which one is the healthy and which one is the good reason, right? I want you to do these things because you want to feel better physically and mentally, not because you want to lose weight, not because you want to gain weight, not because you want to look a certain way, not because you want to, I don't know, like whatever your goal may be, but you should be doing it because you want to feel good physically and mentally. You want to have the strength and the joy and the energy for your life. That is the healthy way to approach health and to approach food and to approach exercise and to approach your health goals. That is when it becomes sustainable. That is when it becomes really good for you mentally and physically. So just thinking through that, taking some time this week. I know it can be hard to really sit with these things and think through these things because a lot of times it brings up, struggles and unhealthy things that we've been taught. But taking that time to work through these things, to work through, one, what is your health goal? Two, why do you feel like you have to do something to reach this health goal? And three, remembering that you are allowed to do things that make you feel good. And so a good exercise, a good practice coming off of this exercise, so think through these things, write them down, or just think through them in your head if you're not, a big journaler, or you can type them up if that's easier for you. But really make a list of the things that you want to accomplish, and then make a list of the things that you feel like you have to do in order to accomplish those. And then what I want you to do is make a list of the things that you love when it comes to health. So make a list of foods that you love, make a list of exercises and workouts that you love, make a list of, mental health practices that you love. And then I want you to piece together a plan for yourself based off of the things that you love. So, for example, Maybe I love doing yoga, and maybe I love lifting weights, and maybe I love chocolate, and maybe I love, maybe I love popcorn. Um, I do. I love all these things. And maybe I love drinking a lot of water, and maybe I love getting outside for walks when it's sunny, and maybe I love taking some time for myself in the morning. Maybe I love reading. Um, Making that list, and then, okay, so from this list, so for example, for me, like, all right, I'm going to do yoga 2 days a week. I'm going to lift weights 2 to 3 days a week. I'm going to allow myself to eat chocolate when I'm craving it. I'm going to have some healthier chocolate in the house for me, some dark chocolate, something that's going to help me feel good. I'm going to carve out some time in the mornings for me to take time for myself. I am going to get outside and be intentional about taking walks when it's nice out and soaking in that sunshine. And I'm going to work really hard at drinking a gallon of water a day. Simple, right? Very simple, laid out plan that is sustainable and that is easy to implement because I love it. That is what I want you to do when it comes to your health. And sometimes it can be really hard, and sometimes you need some help with that, and that's okay. And that's why I'm here. If you need help, please reach out. But you're allowed to do the things that you love, and you are allowed to enjoy your health journey, and you are allowed to listen to your body and take care of yourself in a way that feels good to you. Every single person is so different. And we have been taught this lie and fed this lie that, the same thing is going to work for every single person. That's bullshit, okay? Not the same. The same thing does not work for every single person. Your body is unique to you, and only you know your body the best. So you know what you feel good on. You know what weight you feel comfortable and you feel healthy at. You know what foods you feel good on. You know what exercises and workouts you love. Like, you are the only one who knows that for yourself, and you are allowed to make a plan based off of that for yourself. Don't feel like you have to follow what everyone else is doing. Don't feel like you have to do everything that this personal trainer that you're following is doing. Don't feel like you have to eat the exact same way as the nutritionist that you're following. Everyone's body is different. And don't be afraid of making choices that are good for you. I think a lot of times we struggle with making these choices, maybe because we're afraid of judgment from other people. A lot of times, unfortunately, there is judgment around working out or judgment around eating. If you're not working out, you're doing something wrong. And if you're working out too much, you're doing something wrong. If you eat, the chocolate, you're doing something wrong. If you don't eat the chocolate, you're doing something wrong. So remembering that, one, you are in your own body, and you are the only one who knows your body as well as you do. Two, you are allowed to make choices that are good for you. And not everyone will agree with those choices, and not everyone will support you in those choices, and not everyone will encourage you in those choices. However, that is not a reflection of you. That is a reflection of them and what they are struggling with and what they have going on in their lives. So if someone is cutting you down or criticizing you, remember that that's on them, not on you. And you are allowed to make choices that are good for you, no matter what anyone else is saying. So I hope that this helped today. I'm running out of voice, but I hope that this helped. And if you have questions or thoughts, or if you need a little extra help with any of this, please do not hesitate again to reach out. But I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. All right. Bye.